Hope everyone's having a good day today. We are doing more garden work. Or should I say, James and the boys have been doing more garden work. He is out there currently tilling the other side of the garden. As you know, the first garden of this summer, I tilled it and all, but he is helping me today with that. I don't know if you can really see, but right out there is our garden. And you can't see the dust flying right now, but you could a few minutes ago. Currently, the only things we have in there... Oh, I see he's mowing it down first. Okay. Currently, the only things that we have in there right now, and I hope he doesn't mow down my pepper plant, is I have a bell pepper plant. We have a good amount of tomatoes coming on. I have been canning tomatoes. And we have okra, just a few plants of okra. And that's pretty much it. I think the squash is pretty well done. So, I am coming up with what we will put in for our second summer garden of the year. And this is what I have. Out there currently right now, we have enough room for 7 rows. And our tomatoes are on rows 6 and 7. That's what's closest to us from this window. Rows 6 and 7. I have okra somewhere in row 5 over here. Like I said, it's just a few of them. We have pepper plants over here. We have one bell pepper plant that hasn't put on anything yet because I got it in the ground pretty late. And then we have some hot pepper plants. So I have been busy with the tomatoes, so I am sort of glad, as crazy as it sounds, that our green beans did not do so well this year for the first garden of the summer. We are in zone 8. So what I did was I found this article that tells you how many weeks before your first predicted frost that you can plant your fall garden. And in that article, it also has a list of what you can plant. So let's say green beans 8 weeks before predicted frost, peas, cabbage, whatnot. It'll tell you, like, cabbage 6 weeks before or whatever. So what I did was I counted back 6 weeks before, and then I came up with these dates of when to plant. So our peas, the peas and green beans in our area, you can plant anytime, really. Squash, you can plant anytime, once there's no, in the spring, once there's no threat of frost, which usually for us is around Good Friday. Good Friday was pretty early this year, so we were able to have an earlier planting season. So what we're planning to plant today is the 2 rows furthest from us is rows 1 and 2. I have the rows listed. And we plan on putting in colossal peas. And the plant date is today, 7/9. It'll take about 50 days for those to harvest. And so that's going to be right at the end of August. Like right before Labor Day is when this stuff is going to come in. The same thing with the Blue Lake is 48 days predicted harvest date for these to start maturing and be ready for harvest. And so I'm planning on us doing a lot of shelling peas and stringing beans the end of August. Okay, I'm going to have a row 5 that we're not going to touch yet until August the 10th, according to that chart that I had told you about. And I really hate to crowd all of this in, try to crowd it into one row. Who knows, once we get out there, we may have another plan. But for right now, on August 10th, I plan on us planting cabbage, broccoli, cauliflower, and carrots. Like I said, we already have tomatoes in rows 6 and 7, and our squash is pretty well done. We got a significant amount of squash, but we want even more. It is always suggested to plant 1 to 2 squash plants per family member. I believe we had out there maybe only 6, and we have 9 in our family, 7 children, 2 parents. So I don't know how much seed I have, but I'm going to plant all of the seed I have, and I'm hoping to have enough to put 6 plants in within the tomato row. Wherever some of the tomatoes are all used up, the plants, they're already gone, so we're going to rip those out and put some in between the tomato plants, and also at the end of the tomato row we have more room to put more squash. The only qualm I have about that is that that's where the squash was already planted. I hate to plant it in the same place twice, but we're going to do that. That should be coming in. The squash should be ready for harvest again the end of August. So all of this basically will be ready